Good afternoon, YouTube. DutyRon back here again with another video. I am a retired New York City police detective. If you want all things on true crime and current events, please hit the subscribe button and let's get right into it. So, news reports again, we're back in 2020. News reports are coming in that Ghislaine Maxwell, however you say her name, Maxwell, the Maxwell criminal, is hiding in safe houses all across the world. Hiding in safe houses. So the people who are hiding Ghislaine Maxwell, should be considered criminals by harboring a fugitive. In my eyes and in my book, that's how that should go. But unfortunately, her rich and famous friends are harboring her and letting her stay in their homes. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, that's total insanity. Kathy from Texas, welcome in. Thank you, Ginger Lock's mom, for coming in and hanging on out with us. Wildlife, good to see you. Nurse Nanny Patty, thank you, Matty Boy Sully, Paul Peck Drywall. This is a travesty of justice that's piled on to the already messed up system that we have going on. I can't really swallow this pill. This is a difficult one to accept. You have a person who is an intricate part of the Jeffrey Epstein saga. Hello, Amanda's blind and chronic illness life. Great to see you. Happy New Year to you. Good things to you and yours in 2020. So this is bizarre to the 10th degree. I was also speaking to some law enforcement sources in my NYPD intel unit, and they were telling me that there's known locations that the FBI and our justice system could go out and try to maybe, listen, if it was you and I going from house to house, we would already have been arrested. Good to see you, retired Irish detective. Thank you for being in here. Let me share this out onto Twitter real quick. I forgot to do that. So stand by a second. Let me share it out. Nabul, good to see you. Cup of Joe, Sophia Howard, thanks for coming in. Great to have you. Let me scroll back so I didn't forget anybody. Kathy from Texas, Kathleen Doyle. That might be just a tad bit true. Yes, money does talk. Bergstrong, great to see you. Thank you for joining. Little Dove in the building. Stephanie, aka Heaven, thank you for being here. Happy New Year to you and yours as well. Nurse Nanny Patty, Wildlife, Kim Francis, Gingerlock's mom. Okay, I think I got everybody. I'm on top chat, so I just took it off top chat. Guys, if you can, please send it out to the YouTube video share group that we're in. If any of you can share it into the YouTube video share group, that would be great. Travesties of justice all around in the Jeffrey Epstein case. This Miss Maxwell, I like to refer to her as Madam Maxwell. Frog, push eye on weather. Thank you for joining and Happy New Year. I like to refer to Maxwell as Madam Maxwell. She's now being allowed to go from safe house to safe house throughout the world. It's ridiculous. That's bizarre. And what's bizarre is that our media is able to report that and they can't even track her down. Paul Peck Drywall, Happy New Year, Paul. Guys, if you're not subscribed to my good friend Paul Peck Drywall, he has surpassed the 75,000 subscriber mark. There's a consummate professional. I implore you guys to go on over. Check out my good friend Paul Peck Drywall. You won't regret it. You definitely won't regret it. Again, also coming out about Madam Maxwell, Prince Andrew reached out to her. This is confirmed. He reached out to her and asked her to clear his name. In other words, Prince Andrew asked Madam Maxwell to lie for him and say that he wasn't involved. Once she didn't respond to his request for her to go public and basically clear his name, he did that interview, that horrible interview that he did. He went on the BBC and did that disgraceful interview because Ghislaine Maxwell, Madam Maxwell, was not willing to go and defend him and say he had nothing to do with the Jeffrey Epstein child molestation, sex trafficking case of children. She went into hiding on June 5th, was her last public appearance of 2019. June 5th, of 2019 was her last public appearance. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in July, and she was never seen again. She was never seen again. Hi, Jack's mom. Welcome in from your car. Meglo, thank you for joining. A special thank you to all my Patreon supporters, all the people who send me super chat and messages on my DMs in the comments section. Much love and respect to you guys. I really, really appreciate that. That is awesome that you guys do that. So thank you for that. I greatly, greatly appreciate the interaction there. So she went out. She went out in hiding as soon as Jeffrey Epstein was collared, as soon as he was arrested. Thamer, welcome in. Salam to my Muslim brothers over in Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much for joining, Mahid. Thank you so much, Thamer and Mahid, for always coming into the broadcast. Nabul, thank you for sharing onto Instagram. I just saw the Instagram share. Thank you for that. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. So again, we have a situation here where you have people who have been involved in heinous crimes. Anytime there's a crime against children or young adults, this amplifies everything. Paul Peck Drywall, thank you for the super chat, $20 super chat. Happy New Year. Thank you for your generosity and your friendship. So it is beyond belief that this has gone on this long without anybody being brought in to be questioned. This is, for me, a very confusing thing because the level of crimes that he was committing over a 20-year plus period, 2 decades plus, it's shocking that nobody was brought in. Dick Clark, what a great New Year's. Yeah, it is. It's something I enjoy watching as I've gotten older. Thank you for sharing, Amanda. I don't think she's being protective, little Doug. I don't think she's being protected. I think because she has so many connections, she's bouncing from place to place. So I think that's really more of what's going on with Madam Maxwell. So, as far as protection from the government, I don't think she's receiving any welcome mat from the government. I feel that she has so many twisted interconnects that she's able to move about in. Don't forget, guys, these people don't travel the way you and I do. They don't go out to the airport and get on a commercial flight. They are always traveling on private transportation, whether it's a limousine, whether it's an airplane, whether it's a helicopter. So they're able to move in a fashion that we're not used to. So take that into consideration. They're able to move freely about their country without detection because they're able to pay to have transportation privately. So, you and I, we go to the airport, and if we have a wanted card on us, if the FBI or local, state, or federal authorities are looking for us, you're getting held at the airport. Good to see you, Joey. Thank you for coming in. Joey Brooklyn, my brother from another mother. Happy New Year to you and your family. Thank you for coming in. So again, Madam Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew went out on a limb and said to Madam Maxwell, I want you to go public and clear my name. Prince Andrew essentially said to Madam Maxwell, I want you to lie for me and tell the public, tell the general world that I was not involved in any of this. And she basically told him, I got enough problems on my own. Go sit and spin. Blondie, great to see you. Thank you for that super sticker, super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Much love and respect to you. Happy New Year, Blondie, to you and yours. Thank you for your continued support through super chat, Patreon, messages, and general conversation in and out of social media. Thank you for that. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Never happened. We have all the evidence. There you go. Listen, there is enough evidence. There's an overwhelming amount of evidence. And that's what makes me think that there's something more to this. That, how are these socialites able to skip out on our premier law enforcement authority? The federal government, the FBI, when they are on a case and when they are looking for somebody, they are not somebody you want investigating you, because they have ways with all of their technology that they use with the computer forensics, with their DNA lab, and all of the things that they have is all top-notch stuff. And I've seen it firsthand in motion. It's no joke. So more so than what you guys as the general public are saying to yourselves, like, you guys are just saying, holy crap, why are they not doing anything? I'm saying from a professional level, it's a tenfold for me, because I've seen them in action, and these guys don't mess around. I could have used the F word right there, but I didn't. These guys don't mess around. When they want somebody, they go and get them, and they use so many methods that I can't even speak about here. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is freaking me out. This is freaking me out as a law enforcement professional. I say to myself, every day that the clock is ticking, and every day that Madam Maxwell and Prince Andrew aren't brought in for questioning, it just, for me, it just makes me sit and think, like, maybe they just, she's able to elude, these guys in some crazy way, that she's really that underground that she can go into hiding like that. Nabul, good to see you. RV, hold on a second. Let me scroll back. Hold on. I missed a couple of people. RV Kids TV, thank you for coming in. Winky Whispers, thank you for being in here. D-Lyn is coming in with a big oh wow. Thank you for coming in on the chat. Marie ES, hello Sunshine, Happy New Year. Love and respect from my great friend in Texas. Stephanie, aka Heaven, was here, there, and everywhere. Says yes, DutyRon. Matty Boy Sully, peace to you. Matty Boy Sully, great to have you in the building. Again, guys, if you haven't shared this onto your social media, please push it out there. Put it onto Twitter. Put it out onto Facebook. Share it in your groups. Share it out onto all things social media. So this way the replay viewers can see what we're talking about. Ghislaine Maxwell, Madam Maxwell, and Prince Andrew conspired together with Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive. They were, one was good friends with him, buddy, a good friend enough to come to New York and spend time with Jeffrey Epstein after he was convicted of child soliciting prostitution from a child. He was sentenced to 18 months, Jeffrey Epstein, and after his sentence was over, Prince Andrew felt it was okay to come and visit him and break up with him and come to New York just to tell him that I can't hang out with you anymore. But he didn't do it in one day. He stayed for almost a week at Jeffrey Epstein's mansion in New York City. So it took him a good 5 days to break up with Jeffrey Epstein. I call bullcrap on that. He wanted to get his last licks in, so to speak. He wanted to come and get his last hurrah with Jeffrey Epstein before the empire crumbled. And he came down there not to say goodbye to him, but to have some fun and frolic with some young children. And that makes it even more sick, guys. That's what makes it even more sickening in my eyes, that Prince Andrew came here after he was a convicted pedophile and came for 5 days and sat in his mansion waving. We all saw that video of him waving to some woman leaving Jeffrey Epstein's estate. It's just disgusting, just disgusting. Again, I want to just wish a Happy New Year to all of my good friends and viewers and family here, part of the DutyRon family. I spoke last night again about some of the direction that the channel is going in, and we're going to push out in about the next 3 to 5 days. The next 3 to 5 days, we're going to push out channel memberships, and the memberships are going to be a lot of different extra content for you guys. Behind the scenes bloopers, behind the scenes videos, a entrance on all membership to a DutyRon Facebook exclusive group for members only. So all of my members are going to have access to all things DutyRon in a private members only channel membership Facebook group. I'm going to create that and have access to members only there, and that'll be a great way for everyone to talk a little bit behind the scenes, and maybe we can go over and speak about cases on the side, or you guys can bring up ideas and we can collaborate on the side. Great to see you, Hunter. Much love and respect. I like to try to stagger the times that I come on and go live so I can catch some of my friends from other parts of the world. So great to see you. Thank you, Amanda. I look forward to rolling that out for you guys. You'll get also special emojis, and people that are in the chat who are in the chat, you also will have your own emojis and badges attached to your names. So when you do speak on the chat, you'll be highlighted as a member of the DutyRon family, and also your messages will be highlighted in the chat. So that's another benefit and perk to all of my members on the DutyRon family. So let me scroll back because I feel like I missed a little bit. Little Dove chatting it up with RV Kids TV. Let's see. Stephanie says, who feels she was watching? I didn't catch the rest of that. Mahid, great to see you. Salam, my good friend. Peace and love from New York City, from the United States, right over to you in Saudi Arabia. Thank you for joining from across the world. Great to have you in on the broadcast. Guys, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm using a pick mic. I'm inside the vehicle on a little bit of a break, and I thank you to each and every one of you to come in. Yes, rest in peace, Don Larson. A Yankee great who pitched their only no-hitter in a World Series in 1956. So he was the first and only pitcher to throw a no-hitter during the World Series against the Dodgers in 1956. So, again, Madam Maxwell is running allegedly from house to house. They called it safe house to safe house. Hello, Sandra from the UK. Great to see you. Thank you so much for joining. She says, hi from the UK. I shared this video. Sandra Irwin, thank you so much for sharing. Greatly, greatly appreciate that. So, again, I'm kind of dragging this out because I want to hear the news report. I want you guys to hear the actual report that's running on loop every half hour on our local news here. Just so I don't confuse. Hold on, let me scroll back. Sounds okay. Susan Wall's in the building. Good to see you. Okay, hold on. I am at Nabul. I am on this chat on TV with black hair on phone so I can chat. I don't know what's going on there. DutyRon, much love and respect from Kyle Childress. Thank you so much, Kyle. Much love and respect right back to you. Yeah, she should be in prison. Forget about the safe house. That is correct. The safe houses are terms that people use when they're harboring some fugitives. And harboring a fugitive is a crime in the United States. The last time I checked, harboring a fugitive is a crime. So if you guys knew that I committed a crime and I came to your house and said, hey, I'm hiding from the FBI, can you please keep me here for an extended period of time? Would you say, yeah, sure, DutyRon, come on in? No, I don't think so. 23KC, hello, how are you? Linda Santiago, thank you for coming. Lock her up. I agree. Oh, okay, I got you. So at the end of the day, hello, Lori's Crochet Corner 2. Thank you so much for joining. We as good citizens would not harbor a fugitive in our homes. And that's essentially what these wealthy people are doing. I will protect you. No, I'm lying now. So Nabul, I know, is not protecting me. Hello, BG. Hello, Ron. Hi from Brenda _185. Brenda, great to see you. Thank you for the clarification. This way I know. Happy New Year, 23KC. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. So again, Jeffrey Epstein, Madam Maxwell, and Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew, I believe, is not in hiding. He is being protected by the royal family. That's a whole nother animal right there. Those people harboring him inside the walls and the safe harbor of the royal family is an injustice to the people of the UK, and it's an injustice to the world, because we're not talking about someone who forgot to pay their traffic ticket. You know, Prince Andrew is not somebody who forgot to pay a traffic ticket. This is a felon. This is somebody who was involved with Jeffrey Epstein intimately and was sharing young children and having sex with young girls. This is not just some kind of fly-by-night criminal. This is a heinous criminal. And I don't care what he looks like, what his wealth is, what his status, social status is. I don't give two flying craps what his status is or what her status was. It is a big was at this point. This is somebody who is engaging in the worst criminal behavior in my eyes, one of the worst criminal behaviors that could be done by a person, by a human being. You know, crimes against children, crimes against senior citizens, crimes against the mentally handicapped, crimes against handicapped folks. Those are heinous crimes. And it was one of my biggest pet peeves as a police officer when I was on patrol, when I would come onto the scene of a crime like anything remotely close to what I just described. I took it, as far as I could. I did the best. There you go. Retired Irish Detective. Him and I work together. That's my good friend Dennis. Everybody say hello to Retired Irish Detective. He is a retired NYPD detective. I worked with him in the trenches in PSA 2 in Brooklyn, and he's on board with what I'm saying. Most of us who worked out of PSA 2 in housing, it was our pet peeves, because we did see a lot of child neglect and a lot of child abuse while we were there. And we did the best that we could to make an arrest on those type of situations. This is no different, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no different. This is a child pedophile. This is someone who engaged with sexual acts with children under the age of 17. So it's disgusting on all levels. And Madam Maxwell was the procurer. She procured these women for Jeffrey Epstein. That was her job. Part of her job was to have a fresh source of young underage children and provide him with a constant flow. And she also partaked in some of the sexual deviance with these kids. And that's disgusting. Thank you, D-Lynn, for thanking Dennis, my good friend. My brother in blue, we worked side by side. We worked arm in arm on the streets of East New York and Brownsville, Brooklyn. So there he is, a transplant from New York down in Florida. Meek Van Beek, thank you so much for coming in. I share this in Europe. Love and respect. Right back to you. So here comes the top stories now. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I agree, Addie's mom. It's disheartening. It's disheartening that the feds can't track this piece of garbage down. This is a piece of human garbage, guys. And I don't care what anybody thinks about me saying that. Brownsville was a tough area. It still is. Still is a tough area. All right, I'm going to turn this up as it comes up. So hopefully this is not too bad. The feds are dragging their feet, that's for sure. I wouldn't say sleeping. They're dragging their feet. Hi, Mindy. Here we go. I'm going to turn it up.
Afternoon, 49 degrees, fair skies. It is 4 o'clock on a Thursday, January 2nd, 2020.
I believe she is. Can you guys hear this?
More grant money on the way to help secure houses of worship here in the state, sparked by that incident in Monty where 4 people were targeted in an anti-Semitic attack, which still has one man fighting for his life. We'll hear from the daughter of Joseph Newman. Also today, police trying to locate a pair of brothers, one of them 12, the other 9, who went missing from their Crown Heights neighborhood today. If you know where Preston and Lazier Dixon are, cops want you to call 911.
Hi, Lola.
They say they're tired of being ridiculed and tired of dealing with breastfeeding areas that are in the pits. NYPD officers getting help from Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams trying to push through a law that would ensure safe and sanitary lactation rooms. And Kiss rocker Gene Simmons stirring up social media with the idea of putting ice cubes in your morning cereal. Oh no!
Hey, Bells. Good to see you, Bells.
And is screwing up the social order and world peace. Day 2 of the new year and your afternoon news.
Moonshadow, I wish I had the answer to that. All right, I'm going to spare you guys this for a second. Hi, Mindy. How are you? All right, I'm going to listen with my right ear. And as soon as the Epstein thing comes on, I'm going to let you listen to it. Dari D, great to see you. Thank you so much. I don't know the feds to be strange of sorts. I don't know them to be like that. That's why this is all very surprising to me.
Well, Happy New Year, Mr. Mullins. Not exactly a happy start, though, in the Bronx. Let's go to the Bronx River Parkway first, because you shouldn't. Northbound side, getting up towards East 233rd Street.
I agree, Frog. Push eye on weather. I agree. 23C KC is saying hello to everybody. Someone is paying people off to keep them hidden. I don't think the authorities are being paid off. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing out with your folks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Belle's Reborn Nursery. Everyone go check out her channel. Definitely go check out Belle's Reborn Nursery. And Amanda's Blind and Chronic Illness. Go and check out those channels. I can't overemphasize the importance of going and seeing these people. These are great people. Also, go and check out Joey Brooklyn and Nabul. Those are two great friends of mine. And Lori Crochet Corner #2. Go check out her stuff. You finally figured out how to get the Discord through the Patreon. Excellent. Excellent. I'm glad you figured it out. All right, this is a prolonged intro. I don't know why this is going so long. It's just because they know DutyRon is live and they want to drag their feet. The 1010 Wins is dragging their feet. You're welcome.
Emotional plea from the family of a man beaten by a suspect in Muncie during an anti-Semitic attack at a rabbi's home.
This is for a whole nother video right here. This is for a whole nother video.
Joseph Newman was at a Hanukkah celebration, as you've been hearing, when he and 4 others were attacked with a machete by a man police say had handwritten journals containing anti-Semitic comments and a swastika, having researched Hitler's hatred of Jews online. The 72-year-old Newman remains in a coma.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. Thank you.
Changed world. But authorities say the latter might be harder to come by. 1010 Wins reporter Carol DeOria leading the broadcast on this second day of the new year.
Nikki Cohen says the prognosis for her 72-year-old father, Joseph Newman, is not good. He is comatose and needed surgery for a tracheotomy so he can breathe better and eat. He was the most seriously injured in the Hanukkah attack.
Yeah, guys, don't use that kind of language in my chat. I mean, you're welcome to stay. I don't like to block people, but I know everyone's a little bit hyped up on some of the things that aren't being done by the feds. But I don't tolerate that kind of stuff in my chat. Just a disclaimer to anybody who's new here, and I think that one was by Stephanie, aka Heaven, was here. Just don't put that kind of stuff in the chat. I appreciate it if you can understand and respect that. So let me hear. I want you guys to hear what I was listening to earlier. So I'm hoping that they'll bring up the report. This is going to be an international report about Maxwell, Madam Maxwell, and Prince Andrew. There's going to be a whole segment on it. I'm going to let you guys listen to this real quick.
Any group that applies for more state and federal money.
The FBI reports that not only are hate crimes up, but particularly
hate crimes are up in America. That's a fact. And that's a shame. And in 2020, we have to be talking about this. You know, there's a lot of houses of worship that are being attacked, not just Jewish, but all over. So good to see everybody. Belle's Reborn Nursery. Kyle Childers, thank you so much for coming. Sophia Howard, thank you for being in here. I'm going to wrap it up as soon as this is over. As soon as I get this right out to you. Southern Iowa prepping. Afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to you. Hate crimes are on a rise. It is really sad. It is a sad state of affairs, you know. I mean, I don't like to, sugarcoat stuff. And if I told you it wasn't on the rise, I'd be lying to you guys. There's a lot of hate in this world. And unfortunately, we have to try to counter that by spreading peace and positivity. We have to educate our young. We have to educate the youth of our nation, of our world. And we got to let everybody know that, we're all in this together. We're breathing the same air. When we get cut, no matter what color or race or religion you practice, you're going to bleed. You're going to bleed red. We all bleed the same color. We all breathe the same air. And we're in this together. And we have to get along. We have to get along. Hello, Ray D. Pour me a drink and let's sit down and have a chat. So I think it's coming up right after this, guys. I think it's coming up. And that's, one of the primary reasons I push peace and positivity on my channel. I want to send a message out there to as many people as I can. I want to touch as many human beings that, you know, there is good that exists in this world. There is a lot of evil, and we have to be vigilant. We have to understand. We have to be able to identify evil. We have to be able to identify when someone's trying to do something wrong to you. But at the end of the day, I don't want people to close up shop and say, I've lost faith in humanity. There's no good people out there. I can raise my hand and tell you I'm a good person. I know I can raise my hand and tell you that at least 50% of the people in this chat now, 90 people here, I know 40 or 50% of you personally, and I could say you're all good people. And I don't doubt the rest of you guys are good as well. There may be a few jagaloons lurking, but the percentages are so low. So that's the good part. That's the good news. The bad news is that we just need to educate people. We need to educate.
You talk to your friends and family on the West Coast today, might want to give them a call. It might not be a biggie from the sounds of things at least. LA got hit with a 4.0 earthquake.
All right,
in other words.
I'm waiting, and this is keeping us together. So this is not a bad thing that I have to wait for this Epstein report to come on. Cab 7 knows you, says Seamstress. Well, I'd like to get to know you myself, the Seamstress. I'd like to get to know you, because if you're a friend of Cab 7, you're a friend of mine. I see you, you see me. I try to be good. You are. You're good. I know you. I know you. Get rid of the hate and the media. The media does spew hate. The media just wants to report on sensationalized things. And that's the job. The media has a job to do, and their job is to put out as much stuff that can get them ratings as possible. And that's the job that the media does. And we have to understand that, you know? That's a very good statement. I got to read that. Hold on. Evil abounds, but love wins. Little Skittles, I like that. And I also like it's so much harder to be mean and nasty than it is to be nice. Besides, life is freaking hard enough. Agreed.
When's news time? 4:09. What happens if I push this button? I haven't been here in so long.
This guy's killing me right now.
High blood pressure, anxiety meds.
Oh my God.
If you're
Right now, you do have delays on the
All right, so I'm not going to be able to let you guys hear, but trust me, it's the same thing that I'm saying to you, what I wanted you guys to hear. I wanted you to hear what I read and what I was listening to. But essentially it is, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we have to realize this for what it is, you know, and what it is it's a travesty of justice. It's a travesty of justice. You know, that these people are able to go from safe house to safe house undetected when we have the premier law enforcement authority of the world investigating this case. And it just freaks me out that nobody is being dragged in. These people should be hogtied, handcuffed, shackled, and brought in, just like the filthy prisoners, filthy human beings that they are. These are people who should be in jail, not walking around amongst us, not walking around any society throughout the world. I don't care if you're in the UK, in the United States, you could be in Saudi Arabia. These are not people that should be walking the face of the earth. These are very evil people, very evil.
Are you embarrassed by?
Not good, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys, I'm gonna take off. Please do me a favor. Share the broadcast out. Share it onto your social media. If you have already done that, thank you. Put it out onto your community post if you have it. Let your people come on in here and see what the DutyRon family is about. I'm trying to offer to you guys some straight talk, no nonsense, fact only conversation. I give you a perspective, and this is the extra bonus that you get from hanging out with me. You're going to get a perspective from a professional law enforcement, retired professional law enforcement officer. I've seen both sides of the fence. I have seen what happens when you put your handcuffs on somebody, when you lock somebody up, and I've also seen the process that happens when the prosecutor gets a hold of them. So I give you a perspective that you're not used to seeing. You're used to hearing other people talk about crime-related stuff, but you're not going to be getting it from someone who has been there from the beginning, from when I placed the handcuffs on somebody to bringing them to jail and then going to trial and getting a conviction and getting them sentenced for a crime that they committed against another person. And that is what I have to offer to you guys as a retired New York City police detective. So much love from my house to yours. I'm wishing you health, first and foremost, happiness, and prosperity in the new year, in 2020. I'm wishing that to all of you here, everybody who watches the replay, and all of the people who come and interact with me on social media off of this platform. My Facebook group is just straight one word, DutyRon, and then send me a message on Messenger that you'd like to join the DutyRon YouTube video share group, and also put it out there on the direct message, and I'll answer it very shortly. I'll answer it in a short period of time. I also have some moderators and also people that are watching and can approve your request as well. So, okay, guys, much love and respect from my house to yours. Peace and love from New York City. I'll talk to you on the next one. Until then, stay well and God bless. Thank you for joining, guys.